Hello and welcome to Flory Models. Here we are for the Friday Roundup show with you on the 31st of March 2023. Another month gone. I can't believe we're literally a quarter of the way through the year already. It's going so quick. So with that, we finished a model. So I've managed to get done on time, catching up now. We've actually finished off the Edard's 48 scale Tempest with the aftermarket engine and a few other bits and pieces thrown at it. So yes, lots and lots of fun with this particular build. Needless to say, we'll be talking about that a little bit during the show. Great reviews this week. Only got one up, but boy, it's a good one, to be honest. We've got the Apache, and I did a little bit more on the actual CL215 with some of the live shows. Anyway, it all started on Monday, part 6 of the build for the Tempest going up here. So again, paintwork done, really nice. You know, the real colour paints, I just really love them. They've got a nice satin finish which you can decal directly onto as well. So very nice with those. So with those on, it was time to sort of get the invasion stripes in. So I'm, you know, as you say, I do mine very rough. So we do it roughly around about the old 5 or 50 mil. And then obviously divide it. So roughly they're 10 mil strips, just under, I know, but as I say, it's close enough for me. We've got the band as well for the sky band to go in there. So it's all about the masking up and the quickest and easiest way to do invasion stripes on this one. As I say, I don't sort of mess around with them too much. I'm not historically accurate or anything else like that before somebody says they should be. I think it's 9.1 mil if you wanted to be totally right, but that's basically it. They're all done in the field and they're all a little bit rough and ready. So that's the reason I've done them this way as well. So anyway, with those on, looking very nice, and it actually brings the Tempest alive. And any sort of, you know, fighter, I think, with invasion stripes looks absolutely brilliant. So with that one on, we got the yellow bands on as well on the front of it, and then we did a bit of dry fitting there with the engine to see how that looked, and we are literally all set, ready to go into decaling and things like that. So anyway, that was part 5. That is up with you right now. Sorry, part 6. You can go off and see that one was there. Tuesday, it all went to pot, to be honest. So, yeah, basically me and Matt, well, not me, Matt decided that we should do a live show. So basically what we actually ended up doing was a little bit of a special live show. It is free to watch. It's out to anybody. This is our sort of normal podcast show that we tend to do. But normally it's for members only, but it is available. If you want to go off and see these, these are all free to watch this week. We thought we'd give it a little bit back. So we were discussing literally what we're working on at the moment, the state of everything. And to be honest with you, I did have a bit of a rant, shall we say, about Edard's decals, the new ones, which are just horrible. And I just don't like them at all and everything else. But there we go. So that's a bit of a theme that ran through this week. But generally, it's our usual sort of chit chat. So we go through, and also we're showing off, you know, what we're working on. Matt's showing about his thing, some of the new products he's been using and testing as well. So he's been doing that one, and obviously some of the glues and all the bits and pieces, and obviously loads of Swan Morton blades as he's got and everything else. So anyway, that show there is around about an hour and 15 minutes. Let's say it is free to watch. You can go off and see that one over on the old YouTube as well, and obviously it's on our social media pages. So if you want to go off and see what we get up to on those shows. Another special show was obviously for the PM show for Wednesday. Normally we do it as a recorded show in that, but to be honest, Andy was very much under the weather this week. So me and Matt were sort of doing it on our own. And because we were both quite busy in the morning, we decided to throw out a special live show, which we did between 4 and 5, as you can see. So we popped this one out in the afternoon, still talking all things PM models with kits and stuff, but it was also a little bit of a Q&A to ask us. Obviously, we're both co-owners of PM Models UK. So you could ask us questions. We're answering your questions. So we were talking about different things we're up to, different manufacturers, different paint systems. We were asking for your advice. What would you like us to carry in the store and things like that as well. So that's a great show. So if you want to catch up with that one again, for some reason, is around about an hour and 15 minutes as well. So that went up with you on Wednesday with that one. All right. Then we had the live show. That was up last night as well. And again, this one was for members. So we did this one as well, where, to be honest, we were having a building evening. So we do these every now and again, which is quite nice. So literally we potter and build. I was working with a CL215. Matt was playing, poking washings and sticks at winter camo and stuff. Nathan finished off his was working on his Harrier, I should say. John was playing with bits and pieces. Can't remember what John was working on. And Andy was trying to get stuff done as well. So again, it's that usual thing. You can find out why Andy was ill and why he couldn't get to be live online beginning of the week as well for that one. But that's a big old show as well. That one is like an hour and 45 minutes on that show. So if you want to catch up with that, that was up last night. That brings us literally over to today. So part 7 is up. And again, this is the one where I must admit, I do have a 5-minute rant at the beginning with the state of these decals and stuff like that. As I say, they go down well, but they're just washed out. They're not as nice as they used to be when they were cartograph. And, you know, that's part of my point. And also some of the damage that has occurred. This occurred actually on the actual decal sheet before I'd even got it off. And obviously, as you can see, some of the damage to the decals, bits and pieces that can occur to them like that. And then obviously we were pointing at some of the less of a good point, shall we say. A little bit of an error on my part as well. And then obviously we've got the gear. So this is the brass gear set for this one, which is absolutely, I think, a must for these aircraft because they tend to break the gear very easy. So having a nice piece of metal in there like that does a very, very good job at holding it together. Then obviously it was time to take care of these decals. So we go over to the spray booth and we get a couple of coats of 3rd gen acrylics matte, which I really, really like this stuff. I never thought I'd go back to using acrylics. But for satin finishes and things like that and matte finishes, it's brilliant stuff. Really, really nice. Anyway, did a fantastic job on the decals as well. It got those buried in nicely, gave them a little bit of colour as well. So then that took care of us just like that. So you got a perfectly nice satin, even finish right the way over the entire model. And it even buried all the excess carrier film, which I know you can take off. I don't like doing it because it always rips and it's horrible. So we left it in place, but it did a fantastic job of getting rid of it. So it completely got rid of all of that. So you get that nice sort of painted on effect with your decals just like that. And they went down very, very well. So that's all good. So as you can see, worked out very, very nicely with these ones. Anyway, that one is up with you right now. You can go off. There is going to be a part 8, which will be up with you on Monday. And then there will be a final part for this part 9, which again, that will be up with you on probably Thursday, Friday next week. Because obviously it is Easter and I've got Matt down with me all week next week as well. So you can have a proper look at that one. But yes, it has been going very, very nicely. And here she is. So again, we did find a little bit of weather into this one today. Went through the motions of it all. And I've got to be careful how we grab this because it's got aerials and things all over it. But yes, we've gone through, we've got all the lights on this one now, just all the final bits of weathering have been done today. And to be honest with you, I think it's looking very, very nice. Very, very happy how it's turned out. But again, with this particular build, it's not going to end there. I'm going to carry on with this one. It's going to be a separate, the video is a standalone for obviously doing the model, but I'm going to try a little bit of a diorama base, which is not something I normally do. I'm not into dioramas and stuff, but I thought I'd join the fun. So I'm going to try and do a sort of workshop scene with this, hence why it's got the engine off and the cowlings all around it. So we're going to get a few bits and pieces, maybe a couple of figures, which Matt can paint for me, and we'll make a little bit of a diorama for this one, which should be quite nice, as if it's having some engine work, bits and pieces like that. That'll be a standalone video, so we'll do that separately to whatever I'm working on next as well. But yes, very, very nice. And again, I know I've been moaning about the decals on this for the last week because I don't like them. Simple. But I can honestly say now they're on and in, the kit itself is absolutely fantastic. And for people who've been accusing me of bashing Edard, I'm not bashing Edard, I'm bashing Edard's decals. The kits are still some of the best kits I've ever worked on. I don't think I've actually built an Edard kit that's ever been nothing but a pleasure. I think that's testimony to them. But the level of detail on this, like I said on the last part of this, you'll get it as a repeat, but I've been working a lot on 24th scale, 32nd scale and 35th scale over the last year. I haven't done anything this small in quite a while. And to come back to it, the detail is on a par with anything I was working on last year. So actually it's got fantastic detail all the way through, and just doing some little things to it, like obviously the engine, the gear upgrades and things like that, some harnesses. Oh, it just makes it go to another level, and it's really been a lot of fun. The kit just flew together. The only thing I regret is putting a instrument panel in it, because you can't see it at all. It's a complete waste. I wouldn't even bother. You couldn't even not even put one in and you would never know. Because unless you've got some fibre optics to be able to go in there and see it, you can't see it in there anyway. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. Thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed doing it. It's a kit that I've wanted to do for such a long time. So the timing came up for it doing it this year, and it's worked an absolute treat. So I'm really, really happy with it. And like I say to everybody, if you're happy with it, everybody should be happy with it, because that's it, because you are going to be your worst critique, shall we say. So I'm happy with it. So again, that's nicely done. I'm looking forward to working on a base for it and all the things, because say don't do it, don't know how to do it. So it'd be interesting to learn along with me as well. So if you fancy joining me for that one, it should be quite a good bit with that one. CL215 still coming together. This is one that I've been doing only on live shows, so it's taken me like a year now. We got to this level, and it is in there. As I say, I've got the props done as well. I did those after the show finished, and then hopefully what we're going to do is put this into a sort of water firefighting diorama. So I'm going to do a stand for it, and I think we're going to use the old fiber fill and do some water things as if it's doing a water drop as well. So yeah, that's actually coming together very, very nicely on that one. So if you want to watch out for that one, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, Easter, we're doing a series of live shows on the Saturday. I think we're doing Saturday, definitely doing Saturday morning and Saturday evening. We might do 3 shows yet. I might do in the afternoon as well. So if you fancy joining us for that one, that one's coming along as well. The other big thing this week was something I've been waiting for absolute years, is a decent Apache. And as I say, like good buses, there's a lot coming along at once, but this is the first one I've got my hand on, which is obviously the Taken one, as you can see down in here. And yeah, it does not disappoint at all. It's a beautiful kit. You get lots of photo etch with it, which again, with, you know, helicopters, I tend to think like armor. So there's lots of bits of metal and things like that in there, which really you could do with a bit of a scale effect into it. So you've got lots of those. The instructions, I say there's no color callouts in this, and I know it gets a little bit of heat and a bit of wrap for it, but let's face it, all you need is, was it dark helo drab, do they call it? Because everything is that color in the inside and out. So it's not a biggie. It's really just your engines you need a bit of color work for. Speaking of which, you do get fully detailed engines with this one. You've got all the detailed panels with it. You've got some great sort of areas, you know, which give you, you know, what I would say is just about the amount of detail you need without having to go down the aftermarket route. So you've got everything in here. And again, good thing about this kit is you can do it with a radar on the top, or you can do it without, which is a nice touch. And also this kit as well does come with a complete wing fold or rotor fold set, and the actual stand for those as well. So that's really, really nice all the way through. You've got obviously a little bit of poly down in there as well for the actual gun feed. We've got the pins as well. You've got 3D printed pins as well with those ones. Say all of that gorgeous photo etch, but the detail is absolutely beautiful on this kit. This is one of those kits I'm itching to have a go at. And again, it's going to be coming along not so distant future. As I say, it's going to be 1 or 2 builds still to come, and then we'll be flying into this one as well, because I'm really looking forward to having a go at this. But as you can see, detail down in here in the actual tail rotor. Very, very nice indeed. And again, the rotors all looking very good. The rockets and all the things. You've obviously all the difference. You've got the radar, rockets, and the lasers as well. For the missiles, it's say nice seats. The clear parts are gorgeous as well. It's one of those kits that's what's not to love with it. So it is very, very nice indeed. Again, as I say, I know lots of people are saying to me, when are you going to start? When are you going to start? I've got a couple of other things first, and then I am going to literally jump straight into this one. So, and I'm going to do it as an E as well. I know a lot of people have spoken about, obviously, it's just been announced that they're actually doing the British Army version of the AH1, but obviously they've moved over now to the E's as well from the version they're bringing out. So again, it's one of those things. I'm going to stick with the E and do that one. As I say, it's a DCS Apache pilot. I'm really looking forward to it as well. I've got very good references for that one. Little thing as well, big thank you to everybody who's purchased from the PM and obviously Flory Model Store for the new thick wash. You guys have literally blown me away, to be honest with you. I never ever thought in 1,000 years we would shift as many bottles of this as we have. So I know obviously a lot of you, you know, haven't used it before, don't even know what it is and everything else. So you're taking obviously a bit on blind faith, but it just shows testament. So really, really happy. I've got more wash being made up as we speak. Luckily, we haven't quite run out yet, although we have come very, very close. But again, it is available at your usual stockists for this one as well. So it's over at High Altitude Hobbies. Serious Models have got it. Hannets have got it. Obviously, PM Models has got it as well. And there's a few other stores as well, I'm sure, that have got it in as well. So if you do need the new thick wash, and again, we've still got the original. So don't forget, we've still got the original one and all the pigments. And don't forget, we've got your merchandise as well. So we've got you covered on all fronts for all your bits and pieces there. PM Store still going on with its 20% kinetic sale is down in there. New arrivals really thin on the ground, as we were saying, so we have got a restock of the Apaches in. We're expecting the Ds in any minute as well, so if you've got your name down for those, you've got those in as well. So members, keep an eye out for any emails coming through with that one, plus all the other ones we've spoken about over the last few weeks are down in there for the new stuff. And then obviously the special offers area, pretty much same as last week as well. We've got those Dragon Tigers down in there, and as I say, we've got some great deals on the F-35. These kits are just absolutely brilliant because I've built a couple of them now for the actual Hasegawa kit in that one as well for the actual Crusader. It's a really, really nice kit. And again, some other beautiful kits down in here in our specials area. We've had huge restocks of paint, so loads of AK stuff in this week, weathering stuff, bits and pieces as well, VMS and all those different things. So we've still got lots and lots of stuff down in there with that one. So again, a very, very busy week. So next week's going to be a little bit of a weird one because I've got Matt with me all week. So he's coming down Monday. He's going to be going home on Thursday. So I'm sure we'll be throwing in some live shows, some chats, some various bits and pieces. I've got some great reviews coming up for you, including a load of stuff from Rubicon. So big thank you for those guys because they sent me some kits to do as a review, and I've already had a look in them because I'm nosy, and they look fantastic as well. So I've got some of those. I've got some helicopters. I've got some classic stuff coming up as well. Plus the fact Matt's going to bring me down some other kits for reviewing as well. So got lots of reviews coming up next week. Don't forget, we are going to be doing a live show, not this Saturday though, it's Easter weekend on that Saturday as well, and I'm sure we can do some deals and things like that with the PM Store as well on kits and stuff like that. So if you want to get involved with that one, or you just fancy joining along with us as well. Last up, big thank you to all the new members. We had loads and loads of new members this week, and it's a big thank you to you guys for joining us. Don't forget, any problems at all, shoot me a message. If you do want to join up to the Flory Model site, just shoot me a contact me with your details, and I'll get you set up with an account as well. Right, as always on a Friday, I'm going to leave you with your great work from the gallery. So until Monday, everybody, happy modelling. Take care.
I was not ready to falling like I'm wasted.